Hello, my name is Rodney. I'm from the PO Gamer Geek YouTube channel, and today I'm going to go over my top 10 favorite two-player games. I know last time I did solo games, people seemed to like that video, so this time I'm going to do two-player games. Well, start out with number 10, and that is First and Go. This is a game that my wife even likes to play, so it doesn't require. It's a card game that uses a board. Basically, you have two teams, the offensive and defensive team. You actually trade decks back and forth. If you're on offense, use this deck. If you're on defense, use the other deck. There are expansions to this which make it better. I recommend them because if you get one of the expansions, you get a team that maybe the team specializes in running, so their running game's better, or they specialize in passing. But the base game's really good. My wife loves to play it, and it's something that we have enjoyed together a lot. I've played it with a few of my friends. They also enjoy it. You can play it with more people, but it's kind of like, two versus two, and you kind of talk it out. Like you each look at your, like you get, basically I think that you get more cards, and you can talk it out and say, I think we should do this versus or this. So more options, but I think two-player is best. Okay. Now, number 9 is a game I'm not that good at. I've played it a bit, and strategically, I'm not very good at it because I don't understand all the basic moves and everything. Well, because it's an unusual game. Let me just show you. It's called Pintado. What this game is basically what you're trying to do is get, is it 4 in a row? 5 in a row. You're trying to get 5 of your marbles in a row. Well, the thing is, you can actually twist these. Basically, use 4 platforms. You can twist them. You can lay a marble. You can twist it. So, like if you have 3 here, and then you had 2 going vertical here, you just twisted this, you'd win because you'd have 5 in a row. It's a very different game. The way you think is a little bit different, so you kind of have to think like, okay, it's like Connect 4. I love that game. I've been a fan of that game ever since I discovered it many years ago. This game is basically kind of like Connect 4 on steroids. So you got to get 5 in a row, and there's another dimension you got to worry about, like say twisting the thing. And so, like you can see, like like this person here is about to get 5 in a row. Well, you could twist the thing around, but if it's at that point, then you're both just going. And it's you've lost, but it can give you a time to figure out what to do, but it's a very strategic game, and my brain doesn't function that way sometimes. So sometimes I'll lose by not focusing on what the other player's doing. I'm like, okay, I'm so immersed. This is what I'm doing. Okay, I got to put that there, twist it, and I win. All right, easy. Well, then my opponent, they twist the thing before I'm ready for it. I'm like, well, wait a minute, no, it's not going to work that way. I can't do that. I can't win in this scenario. So, different type of game, very fun, but it does require quite a bit of thinking. Okay, my number 8 game. Nobody should be surprised about this, that I have a zombie game on my list. And that is Zombie in My Pocket. This is this was originally a print and play game that's free. You can still get it, but it's solo. This is a multiplayer variant. I like playing with 2 players because it gives you the opportunities like, okay, do we fight? Do we run? And there's the whole thing. It's like, well, you need to help me fight or we're going to lose. But if the person runs, and because there could be a solo winner in this game, but if you win it, so there's some people it's like, nah, I don't want to win as a team. I want to be the sole survivor. So there's times you can actually screw the other person over really badly. So it's like, okay, we need to fight here so we can win. Well, basically what you do is each of you lay a card down. Do you fight or run? Well, if you flip the card over and one of them's fighting, and one person stayed to fight, the other person is running, then the person that stayed to fight takes a lot of damage and could probably die. And you may not win the game either, but it gives you the chance to be a solo winner. But so yeah, it's pretty good because there's a lot of backstabbing in the game. Okay. Now, number 7 is kind of a pretty old game. A lot of people have said that this game sold pretty well because of the components. People used them in D&D. But I actually like the game for the other variants and things that you can do in this. That is called Outdoor Survival, a game about wilderness skills. The game is, how to describe it? Actually, let me show you the board. Because this is when I bought this game, it was new old stock, so it had never been opened when I bought it. But the board is fairly large, as you'll see. So basically this is outdoor, and like you got different terrains, like you get the grass area and the desert, and well, desert over here, and mountain ranges. And like you got streams, and there's these little black icons that mean different things. Like there's deer here, like food, and there's like a house here, and depending on and you don't always move in the direction you want. Let me show what I'm talking about. Because you move randomly. And up here in the corner of the board, there is a thing. It tells you roll a d6, depending on what number you roll. That's the direction you move in. Some people don't like that because it's like, wait, that's crap, that's random, blah, blah, blah. But there's also different variants you can play. You can actually play a variant that you have a robber and somebody chasing the robber. And while that's happening, you actually the cop pursuing the robber actually may not move in the right direction either. So it's very good, very funny. I mean, just the comical thing, because like it's not one of those things like, well, I'm a survivor. I know you could drop me butt naked in the middle of a swamp and I'd survive. No, you're not playing yourself. You're playing somebody that may not have the skills you do. But here is the sheet that has the different terrains on it, the modifiers, and what you can do, what you can't on it. But the game. I mean, the rules aren't very complex. Me and my friend Tim have played it a number of times. We both enjoyed it. So it's something when he comes over, I do break out sometimes, and me and him play together. Okay. Number 6. Number 6 is a game that took me a long time to get my wife to play. For some reason, she just did not want to play it, but when she did, she actually really enjoyed it. And that is Dracula. This is the one by Rio Grande Games. It's the Cosmos. I think it's like the series of games for 2 or something like that. But what you have is Helsing and Dracula. And you are going around London, and if you're Helsing, you're trying to kill Dracula. If you're Dracula, you basically turn these women into vampires, and you're trying to kill Von Helsing. Yeah, games for 2. There we are. But very good. You can put these things in the road so that Dracula can't move certain places. But here, in the back of the box kind of shows a pretty good idea of a board setup. Very good game. I've played it a number of times with my wife. I still haven't got to play it with Tim yet. He is, I think he would like it also. But everybody I've actually talked to about this game has played it, has enjoyed it, and me and my wife have enjoyed it, that's big praise. Okay. Now we are in my top 5, and this is kind of weird. I'm still not really sure the order of my top 5, because there's the top, really all 5 of them. You could almost interchange any of these 5. So take that. So that basically it's like number 5 could be number 1. Depends on really the person I'm playing it with and the mood I'm in. So I love these games very equally. The game that's number 1. Hey, if I'm playing with my wife, the number 1 game is going to be my number 5 game. If I'm playing with Tim, my friend Tim, my number 1 game is my number 1 game. So it's kind of weird. So because like me and Tim play more than me and my wife do. There's only certain types of games she likes. So, but that's but basically I'm going by what I play more. But number 5. Well, no, okay. Number 5 is Forbidden Island. I've heard Forbidden Desert is better. I have no idea because I've never played Forbidden Desert yet. But Forbidden Island is, you basically have all these tiles, show them the back of the box, and each tile represents a portion of the island. And what you do is you're trying to go around and gather these 3 treasures, get back to the heliport, and take off. Sounds very simple. Problem is as you do things, you flip over a card. When you get I think it's called Tidal Surge or Waters Rise. And what that does is you start flipping over a number of cards, and then you take those tiles that they flipped over, you turn them upside down. It means they're underwater because the island. I forgot to kind of tell you, the island's sinking that you're on. So when you flip that tile over, it's underwater. And then if you do it again, that card gets flipped over again, that part of the island sinks. If the part of the island sinks, then if it had a treasure on it, that treasure's gone. There's 2 of each treasure on the island. So there's many times, like there's a difficulty level also in the game that you can set with this. So basically, as you start out, there's novice, normal, elite, and legendary. So basically, you automatically start out at a certain level, and depending on, this is how many cards, I think this is how many cards you flip over when a Waters Rise comes or something happens, and you just flip that many cards over to see if things sink. Very good game. It's a cooperative game. That's one thing that my wife likes about it. It's cooperative. You all win or you all lose. That's one thing about this game that took her so long, is because it's competitive. There's a winner and there's a loser. Okay. Number 4 is a game I got at Goodwill for like $1, and it took me forever to get my wife to play it. And then she played it. She loved it. My father-in-law loves it. My friend Tim loves it. And that is, I think it's known under a number of names, but this one's called Piraeus, I think is how you say it. Basically what you do is you have these balls, 2 different colors, like a peach color and a gray color, and you basically stack them on top of each other. What you're trying to do is be the last person to put your ball on top. Very strategic. So basically, if you put 4 balls of yours together, and you can either add a ball or you can take 2 of your balls back. Well, if you take 2 of your balls back, then it means that the next person, you have more to go, so that you have more to use than the other person. So at that point, the other person, it's very hard for that person to get their ball on top, if that makes sense. But it's a very good game. A lot of strategy. If you like that type of game, like checkers and chess, things like that, this is another one that you should check out. Okay. My top 3 now. These 3 are I do not know. Like I said, the top 5, I could be rearranged in any way, really. Number 1 could be number 2 or 3 or 4. Number 5 could be... yeah. Number 5 could be 4, 3, 2, or 1. It really depends on a lot of factors. But number 3, Sushi Go. This game, my wife played and she absolutely loved. It's this little game. I mean, it comes in this little case. Basically, if you didn't even want, you could basically hold it. You know, just the cards are really small. You could put it like in a really small case if you want. You didn't have to keep it in this tin. The rules, I mean, that's your rule book. So you can tell it's not that difficult. Basically, what you're trying to do is basically collect sets. In a 2-player game, deal 10 cards each player. So you have different types of cards. Like here's the dumplings. Depending on how many you have, it gives you get more points. And there's different things. Like here is a maki row, and then there's like 3 maki row. Like that one has 3 on it, and it's just I think they call it a trick-taking game. I think it's the proper term for it. Very fun. It takes minutes to learn how to play, and there's actually strategy to it. It's so somebody that is really strategic that really wants that strategy that type of game can play it that way. Somebody that just wants a casual game can play it that way too. It does support up to 6 players, I believe. 5 players, 2 to 5. 2 players is great though. Very fun, very good. All right. I'll take it back. I'm changing my number 1 right on the spot right now. This was my number 1 game, and I'm changing it to number 2, mainly because this other game, Tim and my wife likes to play. This one, Tim likes to play. My wife's not the biggest fan of it. Well, actually, my wife's never played it yet. But number 2, Yomi. Yomi is a fighting game simulator and a card game. So, the first thing you do in this game, actually get is you select your character. There's 10 different decks, and once you select a deck and you play. These are play mats, top and bottom. And so basically you got one character fight be this character, and say one person picks this character, you basically use then you basically fight like a fighting game. And it uses a kind of like a paper, rock, scissors type of mechanic. Shit I'm talking about. Basically, attack. See here, yeah. Attack beats a throw. A throw beats a block and a dodge, and a block and a dodge beats an attack. So that's the way you attack each other, and that's how the methods all. So each card is a different type. So this is a throw. No, sorry, attack. Next card, it's a throw. You have a dodge. Problem is, the top is a dodge, the bottom is a throw. So you can actually, when you put the card down, the side that's next to your opponent is the one that you do. So say if I put it down and the throw is closest to my opponent, that's what I do. If I put it down to where the block is the closest to my opponent, that's what they do. If you notice, the cards are also, it's like a regular deck of cards. So you got your face cards. Those are your major attacks. This is your special attack is your ace. And then there is the Joker, which is a gold burst. And this is a special card. It does special things. You actually have your character card that you put that show your opponent who you are. Each character has different stats. So each deck is set up that way, and each character specializes in different things. So some characters specialize in close combat, other ones specialize in ranged combat. It's just like a regular fighting game. Very good, very fun. Okay, now I am going to move to my number 1 game. And this game, it's another Games for Two. Actually, I'm sad to say I think this game may be out of print right now. But the game is Dracula, All Creatures Big and Small. Yeah, big and small. Very good game. I played this with my friend Tim first. He was like, because he had played Dracula before. It's the kind of like the bigger version. This is kind of like the baby brother of it. And he was like, wow, that's really good. He didn't think it'd be that good. And there were number of expansions released for this game, and I should have bought them when they were really cheap, because most of them are just these a few extra tiles. Now they're $50, $60 because it's out of print. If it ever comes back in print, they'll drop drastically again. But this is what the game kind of looks like. You set up your farm, you set up a fence, and you put like different animals in your fence. So you have like cows, horses, and sheep, and pigs. Yeah, 4 different types, and different tiles have different abilities. Some of them you can put cattle on, some of them you can't, some of them give you extra items. So it's a very, very, very good game. A lot of fun, a lot of strategies in it. You're constantly trying to get resources to build fences. And it's like, well, why do I want to build a fence? If I just get I can just go ahead and buy the cow now. Well, if you don't have a fence up, then the cow can escape. So that's my top 10 two-player games. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, give me a like, thumbs up, or actually tell me in the comments if I've missed something, because I haven't played every game there is. There's a lot of games I haven't played. So hope you enjoyed it, and till next time. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release at least 2 videos a week. Most of the time I release more. Leaving a comment actually helps me a lot. It helps me know what you'd like, dislike, or would like to see on my channel. So go ahead and leave me a comment. If you would like to get in touch with me, have any questions, anything like that, you can go ahead and email me at vmail@poldgamer.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.